Welcome to the I Married My Best Friend podcast with Brian and Melissa Mitchell. Whether you're married, engaged, dating, or simply hoping for a God centered relationship one day, this podcast is for you. Through stories, laughter, hard learned lessons, and 26 years of friendship, we'll explore how faithfulness to God can anchor a marriage through every challenge in every season. So, subscribe, join the conversation, and let's grow together. Let's start the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the I Married My Best Friend podcast.
I am Brian Mitchell.
I am Melissa Mitchell.
And this podcast tells the story of our 26-year relationship.
Are y'all praying for me?
Friendship. And how God has been like the driving force and the keeping force throughout this entire marriage. So
The
you will
anchor.
hear for sure. Yeah. So you'll hear the good and bad, the happy and the sad, and we'll just continue to praise God for Him being the anchor throughout every single step of the way. So right before we get started, if you guys could please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe this podcast. If you're watching on Spotify or if you're watching on YouTube, please do me a favor, like right now. Share this link with your family and friends and let them know how this podcast is blessing you. Because we are just two people who love each other, who have just some interesting stories, and we don't consider ourselves to be experts by a long shot.
Not at all.
But we just want to have conversations about some things about marriage, and hopefully our lives can kind of share some hope, some lessons learned, because 26 years is a long time to put up with somebody, and she's put up with me this entire time. So I'm so grateful.
Again, y'all praying for me?
All right. So of course we start every single episode with Petty Chronicles. And Ms. Mitchell, I have a question for you. What is the pettiest reason that you dislike somebody? The pettiest reason that you dislike somebody.
You got me on that one.
Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
I got a couple.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I don't like men that complain.
Yeah,
It irks my
it
nerves.
does.
Because in my mind, I'm like, hold on. God told Adam, got that to the ground.
Yeah.
That's your job, is to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've over the years, I've learned how to tune complaining men out
Okay.
because I'm like, you just talking because you want to hear yourself talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're not really planning on doing anything with that. A
Ooh,
little violin.
ooh, and be like, yeah, I'm out.
Okay. Okay. I got you. You know what? For me, and again, this is not you. I promise you, it's not you. But
Yeah, you say it right.
people who eat and breathe at the same time. So
How can you eat and breathe?
hey, some
It sounds like
it's like some the person.
I'm not supposed to try to do that. How you do that?
So like people who like eat with their mouth open, and because they eat with their mouth open, sometimes it can get difficult for them to breathe, and so they like that irritates me.
I think you've been watching too much
Too much what?
TikTok or something like that.
No. Like I've been around people at work who eat like that, and I just quietly got my stuff and went to a whole nother room. As a matter of fact, I went back to my office one day. I did. No explanation, no nothing. I just got up and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to finish my food. I ain't gonna be able to
Us
focus.
and these people at work.
I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be able to focus.
Lord help us today.
If you chewing and breathing like Bane, if you breathing like Darth Vader, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it at all. All right.
You funny.
Hey man, I am who I am, right? And so speaking of that, today's topic, we are talking about who am I outside of my marriage. I believe that we are more than just a husband, more than just a wife, more than just a spouse.
Correct.
And I believe it's important for us to discover who we are.
Yeah.
Because in some cultures, especially church cultures, marriage is supposed to consume, like it's supposed to be the ultimate goal of a single person,
Hmm.
right? And I think whenever churches kind of view marriage that way,
Hmm.
you discount and you disqualify the process of singleness. You disqualify the process of getting to know. It's like marriage is the ultimate goal, and that really shouldn't be it, right?
Hmm.
So I want to know, Miss Mitchell, did you ever struggle with um, understanding and accepting who you are beyond being a wife?
Well, starting off, no.
Okay.
And then things happen in life to the point to where I felt like it wasn't feel like I stopped who I was
Yeah.
as a wife to help my spouse overcome things he was struggling with in life.
When you say you stopped who you was as a wife, what do you what
So pursuing my dreams, ambitions
yeah,
in life, right?
yeah,
I stopped all of that for a nice little season.
yeah,
And it was many seasons.
it was.
And I don't think I didn't go back to school until we actually moved to Shreveport.
Yeah, right.
And so I stopped my life to help my husband, to, you know, to do what he needed to do, right? And then I didn't, I don't think I didn't completely get back into the reality of who I was until I read, First Lady,
Obama's book,
Obama's book, right?
a comment.
Yep, Becoming.
Okay, yeah,
Because it really helped me that just because your spouse has something going on, don't stop pursuing
yeah,
your life,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's where, because within church, you hear you hear husbands say the wife is there to support
Mhm,
the spouse,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
But you never hear them talk about what that looks like.
yeah,
And so for me, I stopped
yeah,
who I was to help my spouse, not knowing that you still do what you have to do
yeah,
to support your spouse,
yeah.
right? And so that was hard for me
Mhm,
because I feel like so much time have been wasted to the point to where it's like, okay, can I even still do that?
yeah,
Um, and still be trying to figure out who I am, because of the fact of depression,
yeah.
because of the fact that all these things is going on in marriage, right?
Mhm,
And then on top of that was more of, I don't know if I want to say that or not.
oh, okay.
There were moments where I felt like I was in competition with the internet,
Mhm, mhm,
and that was a problem for me.
yeah. I was thinking about with you being as independent of a person as you were when I met you, right? How difficult of a transition that must have been when you go from a independent, I get it done however I want it, it's gonna get done, even if I gotta do it myself, to relying on somebody else to do that and waiting on this person to develop and to grow into the person that they're supposed to be, right? And how difficult of a transition it was for you. And do you think at any point that you lost your identity in trying to be a wife?
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Most definitely. Because of the fact of being independent,
yeah,
I never knew how to completely depend on somebody else.
yeah,
I was used to being me,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I already, before we got married, I've already had a strategy plan. And then when we got married, we never went over a strategy
We never
plan.
did. No.
And so therefore, my plan, I don't think it worked for you
You know,
with the way that I handle things.
yeah, and I'll chalk it up to immaturity mainly. But two, I didn't know how to be a husband. So I didn't know the value at the time of having a conversation. Like, hey, what exactly do you expect out of me as a husband? What are your plans? What do you want in life? Right. I just think we just kind of we were in love and struggling and just trying to get back on track. I think
Mhm,
you spend a lot of years just trying to get back on track.
mhm,
Um and so I know that eventually you mentioned that it was a situation to where you had to take time out for yourself, right? And I remember when you decided to go back to school and you spent a large and this is not Remington because we kind of did the Remington thing together.
not really.
I mean,
Mm,
so we both went to school at the same time,
right,
but we weren't like in the same classes and things like that.
correct.
So it was a separate thing, but it was like a joint venture that just was, lived out in two different spaces. But specifically, I remember your life kind of shifting in a way when you got your bachelor's.
Hmm.
How proud I was of you because you completed something that you had been really wanting to do for a really
Hmm.
long time, right? And so I think that, from my viewpoint, was the first seeds of you taking back a little bit of your identity in terms of being more than just Brian. Like,
Hmm.
you talk about in the notes how a lot of times you just felt like you were my wife.
Yeah.
That people and like people sometimes didn't see you as anything other than that, and then sometimes you even question, "But dang, I know I'm more than this."
Right, because
Right?
it will irritate me just to hear people say, "Hey, Mrs. Ryan." Like, that's not my name,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because we know that to my family and my true friends, I'm Lisa,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
To everybody else, I'm Melissa. So there's a
yeah,
difference, right? Um, Family and true friends call me Lisa.
yeah.
Others don't have that.
They privilege.
Exact no.
Yeah,
So if I hear Lisa come out, wait, oh no, we not there,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because Lisa can have these tough conversations,
correct,
and you not get offended.
correct, yeah, correct,
Melissa, on the other hand, I see you, but we ain't there because you can't take who I am as a person
yeah,
and have these tough conversations with me
yeah,
because you're gonna be in your feelings and your flesh.
yeah,
So therefore, I'm gonna let you be over there, and Melissa's gonna go on about her business.
gotcha,
But when you're ready to have tough conversation, Lisa be right here.
yeah. Yeah, and I think the path toward so we can like marriage, you are still two individuals. Like
Correct.
when you're married, you are still two individuals who have joined together with one common goal.
Mm,
And I think a lot of times we are on our own individual paths toward becoming the full version of ourselves,
yeah.
right? And so, you know, our spiritual father, Bishop Grant, he's every time he talks about his wife, Co-Pastor Grant, he says, she's not my whole life,
But
but
she
she
makes
makes my
my
life
life whole.
whole, right? And I've always liked that phrasing because I am still Brian. And it is my responsibility to know who Brian is, right? I'm 44, but I am still learning, investigating, and learning to be okay with who Brian is,
Mhm,
while also learning and growing as a husband,
mhm,
right? If Brian is sick, if Brian is poor in poor health and in poor mental stability,
mhm,
then it's really difficult
mhm,
for me to be the best husband,
mhm.
right? And it took me a really long time to get Brian together.
And that's why I lost myself.
Yeah,
That's why it was difficult for me to pursue things I want to pursue because of that.
yeah,
So, because of the fact that God was like, "Here's your assignment,"
mm,
right? Being okay, this is my assignment.
mm,
There's things that have to be put on pause
yeah,
because he's my
yeah,
assignment. Because I have to help him
mm,
get to where he needs to get to. And I'm thankful that even though you got the encouragement, even though you got the motivation,
mhm,
but it took Brian to get there.
yeah, yes,
And
yes,
Lisa lost herself along the way
yeah,
to the point to where she's picking up the parts that was broken
yeah,
in the process.
yeah,
And so I think that's why in the process of everything, I'm saying, God, are you sure?
yeah. Because this marriage has consumed my whole life, and I don't know who I am,
Not at all.
right? And so I think that's something that we should always ask ourselves is my marriage or should my marriage take up all of my time, right? Do we have time for Lisa? Have you earmarked time for Brian to get his self help? And for those of you who are parents, it's even tough,
Mhm,
right? Because you are responsible for raising your kids. You're responsible for attending to their needs, taking them all over the
mhm,
place. So as mothers, if you are a wife and a mother, then that's a double challenge,
mhm.
right? And we can get lost in the sauce of serving other people,
Correct.
right? And so I think one of the lessons that I hope we learn, if the Lord blesses us to have children, one of the things that I hope we've learned in our 26 years together and 21 years um, as a married couple, that we allow and we create space
Mhm.
for each of us to still be Lisa and Brian
Correct.
because the demand is going to be there, right, for
Mhm,
us to serve and attend to other people.
mhm.
But we are going to have to be intentional, right, about creating space and keeping that space for ourselves.
Right, and that's the thing because by the time I get off, you've already been at work
Mhm.
maybe 2 or 3 hours, right? But our time away, to to me, that's my mini vacation from you,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And so therefore, that's why I get a little
Irritated
when you be like, I left my wallet at home.
because I just screwed up your whole little moment. Yeah, I get it.
You don't know what's on my schedule for today, and it's not you right now. Cause you're supposed to be at work, not be bothering me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's,
This is my vacation from you.
yeah.
This is my time. I can sleep, clean, whatever I want to do.
Mhm.
Because when you get home from work, this is your time.
Yeah.
Cause we're gonna talk about your day.
Mhm.
We're gonna eat dinner. You gonna be petty.
Yes, I am.
And I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
it's bedtime.
I got to. And something, one activity that I think we've done, I think really consistently these last couple of years, when you join your that motorcycle club or girls club, that I think really helped you kind of wind down and kind of build Lisa back up with, outside of me. Like
Mhm.
it didn't have anything to do with church. It didn't have anything to do with me.
Mhm.
It was just you being able to spend time with some of your sisters and just being in a different environment, right? And I remember when you decided to do that, I was like, man, that's gonna be really. I was a little jealous, I was like, that's gonna be really good for her because one, you can just let your hair down.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Cause
saying?
it ain't nothing to do with church.
Yeah, there's no pressure
This
for you to
ain't.
be anybody other than yourself,
I'm married to a pastor.
right?
It's none of it. Is Lisa being Lisa, and I'm just being me. Okay. And I need that break from life, right?
Yeah,
Because your other podcast, right? Living
from Sunday.
from Sunday to Sunday with Pastor B, right? Like that's our life. But me trying to still find out who I am,
Mhm.
I need something outside of just
Yeah,
church. I need to be able to breathe.
yeah,
And whatever that looks like for me, and it's what it looks like for me.
yeah. No, I get it. I get it. We'll dive into this topic much more in like a upcoming episode. But one of the things that I do very often is I'm a movie guy.
That is.
So physically going to the movies, getting the popcorn, sitting in the theater, that is 2 hours, 2.5 hours of what I call mindless entertainment,
Mhm.
right? I can get involved in this story and I can just kind of relax, right? Because in every other part of my life, I'm educating, I'm teaching, I'm doing all of these things.
Mhm.
And then when I'm with you, I'm Petty Brian, right? But I also just need my own little time away, right?
Exactly.
And so that's what I use the movies for. Even when she's with me, because 95% of the time, the movies I go to, I don't go to by
And this is how I became into half of the movies you wanted to see.
myself.
Because hey, I didn't starting off, to be honest, I didn't want to go see them. I'm like, that's not my thing.
Yeah,
Um, he already told y'all what I like. That ain't my cup of
yeah.
tea.
That's true.
But he still talk about what I like. Mm.
Yes. All right.
But I watch what he like. So wives, clock still engage
Yes.
in things that they like. Mm.
And husbands, if what your wife likes is outside of your normal genre of TV/movies, sometimes you might have to just grit your teeth and bear it And if you like me and you got a little petty, nature, some of the stuff you be hearing, I know some of the stuff I be hearing, I'm like, oh, they messy for real. Like
They ratchet.
when you was watching the Polygamist, I was like, because first of all, I don't know why her phone is different from mine, but she'll turn her like phone all the way up, and it feels like I'm there. When you watching this in your with your phone, it feel like I'm there
I'm
sitting
at the
there.
movies.
Yeah, I'm at the movie.
Dun, dun,
And so
dun.
and so I'm able to hear some of the conversations and stuff. And so yeah, it'd be messy and stuff. But I'm glad that we each have something separately
Correct.
that we can do for our own recharge, our
Mhm.
own like self care.
Right. And so, one of my biggest self-care is going to the gym.
Yeah,
That's a peace of mind for me.
yeah.
And y'all check this out. So if we going together, I know for a fact I need to get a good 30 minutes hardcore in. By myself, I'm there for a good hour and 15 minutes,
Yeah.
right? Because I need to stretch, get my body warm. But going with that thing,
We just see it as different things because, like, again, she sees it as therapy, as self care. She's in her element. Her mind is like, it's a mental thing. I think,
hmm
right? For me, I'm doing it. Um, I'm doing it right now because I know I need to. It isn't anything I've fallen in love with, but it's something that I know I need to do. So when I'm there, I'm there to get what I need to get in, then I'm ready
that
to
is, it is
go.
not a job.
So like 30 between 30 and 45 minutes. I'm in there at that
See,
gym.
and that's the difference between
Yeah.
us because for me, my word and my workout goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
So I can spend hour or two in my word.
Definitely.
So therefore, I can spend an hour or two at the gym
Yes.
because it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
I can't 30 minutes. Honestly, 30 minutes ain't good enough for me.
Yeah.
They'll be like, Jesus,
Yeah.
should have went and sipped a cup.
And we try to do that now. Like we'll meet up after work and go to the gym. So in terms of like individuals, self care and things like that, um, one of the things, one of the lessons that I messed up with and that I learned is the importance of having the right type of friendship, um, like friendships outside of marriage,
hmm
because you have to have people who respect the position of yourself as a spouse, right?
hmm
That has to be paramount.
hmm
So it doesn't matter if you're with married people or if you're with single people.
hmm
If they don't see you as you're a husband first
hmm
or a wife first, if they don't respect that part,
hmm
then it doesn't matter what else they have to offer.
Correct.
There's always going to be some potential
Conflict.
trap and conflict
Exactly.
down the line, right?
Exactly.
And so Ms. Mitchell, I wanted you to kind of talk about that. Like, how do you handle your friendships and relationships as a married person?
Well, first of all, most of my friendships, first of all, I didn't believe in even having single friends, period,
Hmm.
being married. Right? They'll after going through what we went through,
Yeah.
there wasn't a thing for me.
Sure.
Right? And then one of my good sisters is single.
Mhm.
And we like this.
Yeah.
And I would never thought I would have a single friend that respects my marriage.
Yeah.
And she's not, because I've been in those positions where a woman is trying to get close to me, to get close to my husband.
Yeah.
Like when you have been in those situations, you know what Jezebel looks like. You feel like, cut that show. We
Yeah.
ain't doing it, right? And so for a long time, there wasn't a thing for me.
Mhm.
but having a true sister
Yeah.
that respects my marriage and not trying to get close to my husband, right? But genuinely loves and sees my husband as a brother, right? Because, like, for example, if she need anything, she'll call me and be like, "Hey, is it okay if I talk to your husband?" Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's just one of those things out of respect. Because I even do that even to the married, my married friends, right? But hey, can you tell your husband I need X, Y, and Z? Girl, just no, it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
And so therefore, if I'm showing you respect, that says by that I value your friendship, I value your marriage. This is how I was
Yeah,
raised,
sure.
right? I don't like all this under the table stuff, all this side out. No, that ain't what I do.
Yeah.
Because that's not who I am.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to cut a lot of people off
Mhm.
when that happened. When it comes to my marriage,
Yeah.
when you trying to get in the way of my marriage, no, that's a cut off for me.
Yeah.
Because if I respect you as a person and I respect your relationship, I need you to do the same thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, even though today we've talked about the dual roles that we live through, right? So
Mhm.
we're both Brian and the husband, Lisa, spouse and the wife. But at the end of the day, both are sacred,
Yep.
and so you get both with me.
Yep.
You're not. I've learned that you got to show up as both. You can't
Yeah.
show up as just Brian. You
Cannot.
can't. And in some situations, I can't just show up as the husband. I got to show up as Brian too, because listen, I'm still going to be me. My wife is like, you can't disrespect my wife and then not expect Brian to show up. Y'all can't disrespect the the husband and I expect Lisa to show up. She just said Lisa is like peeping around the corner like that Spice Adams meme where he peeping around the tree and like got the Birdman hands like this, just trying to look.
Cross wrong one time.
This is what I'm talking about.
And so even for my husband, right? Like some of my sisters that I have gained, right, works with him. And some of these women are single, right? And so like he gets jealous when we even have girl time outside without him, right? But that's the thing for me because you respect my marriage. You're not trying to get at my husband, even though y'all work together, right? And when they see me, hey sis, right? There's nothing trying to go on under the table. You respect my marriage. And so those are the women that I enjoy. Those are the women that I love. Those are the women that I respect, right? And so he tells me all the time, you always taking my friends. Well, this is the thing. If you're single female friends, they should become my friends.
That's true.
And they're our friends, right? It's not, I don't believe in just, oh, that's my friend and they not friends with your wife.
And
I
you
don't
don't know nothing about it.
right. I don't believe in it at all.
Yeah.
Now we ain't having it.
Yeah.
Because I already know. Been there, done it. Got a t-shirt for it.
Yeah.
The Lord be like, hey, you need to teach this.
Yeah.
Can I show you this? So you know how to handle it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So therefore, that's why my spiritual antenna is up when the Lord be like, daughter.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. And as we kind of wrap up the episode today, one thing, uh, I've been a church kid since I was 5.
All your life.
All my life.
All my life I had to fight.
And so, again, like the church kind of frames marriage as the ultimate goal. But I wrote down 2 things I want to read and we can kind of talk about as we wrap up. There is power in knowing who you are before you walk down the aisle. I believe that we don't leave who we are at the altar.
Great.
right? So like once we say I do, our personality and who we are and our pursuits and our goals and our dreams don't die at the altar of marriage,
Hmm.
right? What what they should do is there may be a section of your dream that you may not be able to fully realize without the help and the assistance of your spouse,
Great.
right? And so it behooves us as spouses to talk to our fellow spouses, right? What is it that you want? What are your dreams,
Right.
right? Um,
And
bec-
those things are important.
yeah,
So that way you know how to push, you know how to
yeah,
handle, right? Um, because you know that my goal was to travel with a company, but I ain't got that assignment yet. But I'm still pursuing
absolutely.
to get that assignment because that's what I want to do,
Mhm.
right? Because in my mind, I'm looking like if I do 5, 10 more years, I don't want to be where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I don't want you there yet.
So therefore, in the process, I'm trying to find something in my field
Yeah, for
so
sure,
I can retire
for sure, absolutely.
because I can't. My body
Mhm,
cannot afford
mhm,
to do what I'm doing right now within 5 or 10 more years.
absolutely,
I'm not the same young girl I was when I started.
absolutely, absolutely. And like,
What Bishop say? If it hurt, if it don't hurt, it don't work.
yeah,
But if it hurt, it work.
yeah,
Parts of my body they work. They work very, very well.
yeah, for sure.
But they hurting.
Yeah, so absolutely.
But even in that, even in pursuing and helping my spouse to pursue in his dreams and goals, need him to pursue
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
and stop and not stop being afraid of not
No
pursuing.
failure. That's what it is.
But thing is, if God had already called you to it, why
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm just you know what?
I'm your biggest
You
cheerleader.
are. You definitely are.
You gonna make Mama Bear come out.
Listen.
I need Mama Bear to stay where she at.
I
But I need
know.
my husband
Yeah,
write the vision for that, make it plain,
yeah,
so that when you see it every day, you can run with it. Because that vision is for you. It ain't for me. This is you, your assignment. It's not mine. My assignment. And the thing is, and I think the biggest thing that I think that scared you the most when I told you God showed me a platform.
mhm,
Because our first time going to Israel conference, right? When he was married to Alyssa, what's her name?
Elisa.
Melissa.
Mhm,
And the way that she covered him in every session,
sure.
God was like, that's you. That's your job. It's to cover him.
Mhm,
And at that moment I saw what true intercession looks like
mhm,
as a spouse.
mhm.
Because I've never seen that
Yeah,
out in the open, no matter what capacity
got you.
that we are in.
Got you. Okay.
Even from church in
Yeah,
Memphis,
no,
I've never seen that.
yeah.
And so that was a whole nother level for me.
Mhm,
Because things that I struggled with, I couldn't get at the teaching in Memphis.
yeah,
Things that I had to get that help from me and the Holy Spirit in the private.
sure.
Because when you're going through something, how can I trust you to talk about what I'm going through and not have to worry about hearing the other pulpit?
Yeah.
So that's why when I'm going through something, I rarely tell anybody it's being the Lord because to me you're not trustworthy in that capacity for me yet.
I got you. Yeah.
It takes moment. It take it takes minute moment for me to trust somebody in
Yeah,
that
sure.
capacity.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And I'm honored to know that that experience, which was like a dream 3 days. Like those 3 days were just
It's
like that was
phenomenal.
phenomenal, right?
It was so amazing to have so many ethical
Yeah,
backgrounds
it was so many different backgrounds.
serving and worshiping one God.
Yeah,
And there wasn't, it was pure,
yeah,
pure love.
yeah. It was no animosity.
Not, not you,
Nothing.
cause like you feel the animosity when you walk in the room, when you,
And some faces. Yeah,
you know, you feel that, and you're not able to fully be who you are in the spirit because of that.
yeah. So
And so for me, if I don't feel the freedom that I need, you're not gonna get all of me.
yeah,
I'm gonna come in, do what I gotta do,
yeah,
and I'm going home.
yeah, yeah. And the pursuit that God has for us, like you said, it's like what God wants, like the person that God wants us to become individually only serves the marriage and only makes the marriage better, right? And so um I want to encourage those watching, if you have been more focused on your own goal and your own dream, and you haven't been interested in your spouse's dream, I want to challenge you to just take a moment and know that they need that same level of support that you've been receiving, right? Um, because their growth is going to benefit you. Like you shouldn't be intimidated
Mm,
by the growth and the pursuit of their dreams, right? If it's aligning with God's will, there is no reason really for you not to support it, right? For you to ask God, Lord, how can I help them in
mhm,
this area in this season, right? And so I think as we grow individually, again,
mhm.
it just blesses the marriage even more. So, anything else you want to add, Miss Mitchell?
You been growing. You been learning. Mm, you
I'm
been
trying,
learning.
man. I really am. I think
Okay.
in this part of our marriage, I think it's important for the lessons to be realized. And so I'm grateful for this podcast. I really, really am. You guys really are just
A
the
fly
fly on
on
the
the wall.
wall to
Mm,
some just good conversations that we have, um, supporting each other,
mhm,
um, kind of thinking through some stuff, right?
mhm.
Um, and we are just two friends
Yeah,
who uh, we love God first,
yeah. Most definitely.
and we know that God put us together. There is no way that nobody else in this world could be for me what Lisa is for me. Nobody. And I'm just grateful that I'm grateful that I realized that. I'm grateful that I'm, beginning to repay some years of disappointment. And as you continue to watch this podcast, you're gonna hear us grow in the moment. And I think that's what's interesting
Mhm.
is that, we've always said that we are not experts,
Correct.
but we try to be as transparent as we can
Exactly.
with those steps, those mistakes that we made,
Exactly.
and what God is doing and how He's working things out in us together and individually. And so, um, if you've made it all the way to the end, thank you
Thank
so,
you.
so much. And so, please make sure that you share this with your family and friends. This podcast is available everywhere where they can be found. We specifically are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, and on YouTube. So we just want to impact people one episode at a time, one download
Yeah.
at a time, one viewing at a time. So
Yeah.
that is our goal. Um, as we represent the kingdom of God, we're doing it in the way God has given us, using our personalities
Yeah.
to hopefully connect with someone else. So until next time, you guys have a great rest of the week, and we'll see y'all when we see. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the I Married My Best Friend podcast. This podcast is available everywhere where podcasts can be found. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe.